Welcome to the third session of Group Project Progress for the Agro-Based Food Product Innovation. This session will guide students on the handling and processing activity for their food product development. In this session, students will identify the function of each ingredient that they will use for their food product. In any food product development, each of the ingredients used has its own function or importance to the food product. We do not simply add to the product without knowing its functions. Some ingredients may work as a preservative, stabilizer, or flavor enhancer. Also, the amounts of each ingredient is very important as they will affect the final product. That is why a clear outline of the ingredients and processing activity is necessary, and you might experience the research and development journey to make sure your product is the best one. Not only that, knowing the safety precautions in handling each ingredient and in processing activities is also important. Here are the steps to guide you in the handling and processing activity. First and foremost is knowing all the ingredients that you need and their functions orals. Next is knowing how the raw material and ingredients are to be received, cleaned, stored, and made ready for processing. Also, from here, you may illustrate the handling and processing activity using a step-by-step diagram or flowchart. After that, incorporate safety precautions in handling and processing activities, which include hygiene, contamination prevention, safe equipment usage, and the do's and don'ts for the raw material. And lastly, identifying the suitable processing activity for your food product development, in which you should state the reason why you chose that method. Here are a few examples that you may use as a guideline to prepare yours. The first example is on the product Halwa Timun by Mohammed Ikhwan from AT113 Batch 02. This product was developed for his AGB 300 BMC. Halwa Timun is a type of candy produced from cucumber. We may see here the ingredient lists and their functions or roles in the innovative product. On the right side is the step-by-step of the processing activity to produce Halwa Timun, in which each activity involved is supported with figures and explanations. As for your progress, if you have started with your product R&D, you may include the figures of the processing activity. However, if you have not started yet, you may come up with the flowchart on how you intend to proceed with the processing activity. The complete figure and explanation are compulsory to be included in your written report and presentation later. Next are the safety precautions involved throughout the handling and processing activity, such as show to prevent contamination and maintain hygiene. Lastly, the suitable processing activity. To produce the Halwa Timun, the suitable processing activity is candying, which preserves the cucumber with sugar to enhance flavor and extend the shelf life. Our second example is the Bambangan juice, powder by Fooditori Group from AT113, BO4 for their AGB296 group project. This product is produced from the Bambangan fruit and serves as an instant beverage. Bambangan is the only ingredient that they use in this product. You may see its functions in it. The part below shows the step-by-step processing activity involving dehydration and grinding. Next is the safety precaution taken to prevent contamination and to ensure the processing activity is done well. For this product, they need to maintain the dehydration temperature to ensure all the water content from the bambangan is removed. Also, after dehydration, they need to store the dehydrated bambangan in a proper storage to prevent moisture absorption before grinding. The suitable processing activities for this product are low-temperature dehydration and grinding. Dehydration purpose is to remove the water content to extend the shelf life and maintain the natural flavor, aroma, and nutrients. Meanwhile, grinding is to produce a powder form that can be used for beverages or other food products. Next is the butterfly pea flour. Tea developed by Mohammed Shami from AT113 BO2 for his AGB 300 BMC. This product is developed from the butterfly pea flour or bunga tilang and serves as a tea beverage. The main ingredientist is only the bunga tilang, and the next is the step-by-step processing activity involved. Again, the safety precautions taken are to prevent contamination and to ensure the processing activity is done well. And lastly, the suitable processing activity is drying and grinding. This processing helps to preserve the delicate anthocyanin pigments in bunga tilang. The last example is the local rice-based nugget developed by the Jeevis Group from AT113 B03 for their AGB296 group project. This product is produced by local ingredients in Sabah, such as the Beras Tadong, Losun, and Kantan, and it serves as a plant-based nugget, an alternative to chicken nuggets. You may see the lists of ingredients used and their respective functions. Next is the step-by-step processing activity and the safety precautions taken. The suitable processing activity here involves boiling, steaming of rice, grinding, mashing of rice, as well as coating with batter and breadcrumbs. Each of the activity involved serves some functions for the final product. Just now, we have seen examples of the handling and processing activity for some of the developed or innovated products by AT113 students. You may use it as a reference and guidelines to prepare your food product. The task for this progress session requires students to present their progress on handling and an activity involving their food product. Kindly complete all required criteria for Task 3 based on your chosen product and prepare a flowchart. Then present your progress within 5-7 minutes. Be creative in preparing your visual aid for the progress. It is advisable to bring your R&D prototype if you have so as to get further feedback from the instructor. I hope this session will help you to know well the functions of each ingredient, step-by-step handling and processing activity involved, safety precautions to take measures, and the selection of suitable processing activity. Thank you for your kind attention, and see you in the next session.